What's up, mechanics? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to episode 57 of Tool Tuesday.
57.2. Why? Because once again, we f***ed up and the camera ran out of battery, so we're redoing it again. That being said, though, unlike most f***ups, we're gonna make sure we get it right.
It ran out of battery at 30 minutes. Like, we were at the very end. We got to the very last ratchet. It had no business being 30
minutes. It had no business being 30 minutes. We had just ratchets, and we took 30 minutes. It was absurd.
Okay.
If anything, it was a sign.
We're going to go right to questions. If you guys don't ever feel like listening to the questions, you can always skip past. I think in the bar at the bottom, it gives you like a little category list of what each section of the video is, so you can always skip past to the first product.
Thanks for mansplaining YouTube.
but we're going to go right to some questions because we do have some. And the first one is, a lot of people wanted to know about individuals, if they can purchase individual pieces. Hancock Automotive.
Yeah, there were multiple questions regarding individual part numbers and whether or not you can order them, whether it's to replace or to try out a set.
Yes, and the first question is, I have the original RFW 100 and it's awesome, but do I have to buy both sets again, or can I buy just the ones I'm missing individually? You can buy just the ones individually. Find the part number on the individual piece itself, or you can just look at the breakdown that's on our website and you can purchase that item by itself.
Yes. The answer is yes.
The next one isn't a question, but I wanted to ask. It says, what's up, technicians? Is anyone just a mechanic nowadays? And it has nothing to do with what the word means. It just, we thought what's up, mechanics kind of sounds better.
It has to do with consistency and vibes, and they're both up.
It flows off the tongue a little easier. What would you guys prefer? Would you rather we change it?
Don't answer that because it doesn't matter. It's not changing.
Well, so let us know. Next, another individual question. For the hub cleaner set, do you sell just the pads, or do I have to buy the whole kit again? No, you can buy just the pads.
What's that guy's name who said that? Because someone did answer that comment for us and said, yes, you can, to give him a part.
Yeah, that was Luigi Gonzalez.
Luigi Gonzalez asked the question or answered it?
That he asked that question, and then Tanner answered and said, you can buy just the pad refills, HCP 23 for truck and HCP 15 for car pads.
Tanner, you're much appreciated, my friend.
Thank you very much. Randy says, how can I order just one ratcheting flare nut wrench? Again, just find the part number on the wrench itself. For that one, the one that he's talking about is a 10 millimeter. That is RFW 110. Search that on our website. That piece will come up.
And the sets themselves have part breaks. Most of them have parts breakdown under it, so that you can look them up that way too.
Yes. Socket sets without mag rails, please. And we were confused by this because the mag rail is a premium feature to a set.
I just want to know why. And if it's because you think it's adding to the cost, we actually absorb most of the cost of the rail itself. We don't upcharge for that so that people can try the rail, because I realize that it really is one of the best rails, and it's because of that we've been able to expand our line of rails so much, because it's getting more and more popular because our sets are on those rails.
You know what I just realized? Because this is the second time that we're doing this, so we didn't think about it this time. We're in a new spot.
That's
you
true.
can see the back.
As you can see, we're not in our regular little space. And the reason to that is not because we decided to make this. We actually had this already here, and we just never thought to use it. Why? I don't know. We just didn't. But it's here, and we're using it. What do you guys think about our little studio setup? It could be temporary. It could be permanent. We could replicate it in some way. What would you change?
Yeah, we were going to move Tool Tuesday into another room anyways, and in that transitional period, we saw this and we were like, why don't we just record there and see what it looks like?
It's been here for like 2 years. We just didn't think about it.
Yeah. The background always needed a little work.
And it was already done for us.
Yeah. Next. Individual drill bits. Yes, you can purchase them. I don't think the part number is labeled on the drill bits themselves.
Yes.
There you go. Someone says, this is another thing about drill bits. We spoke about drill bits in the last video, and this guy says, okay, one more thing here. I will say, the drill bit price and no warranty should never be a problem. The higher priced kits don't typically warranty the smaller sizes, which are the only ones I've ever broken anyway. Which is true, something that we didn't really talk about when we were talking about it, but most of those drill bit sets that cost over double, because they have a warranty, only warranty the larger sizes above a quarter.
It's true, because generally any good drill bit set that is of high quality that you take care of will last. That being said, they are drill bits. A lot of trucks I know for a fact even don't warranty them out just because they're like, I sell them for lower cost with no warranty because I'm not warranting drill bits. Because if you break them, it's because you're being a guy with them.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we were talking about how our drill bits don't have a warranty and how they cost less than half of what some other brands will cost that do include a warranty for an M35 Cobalt set. And this is very true. You're paying over double for the larger sizes, above a quarter. You don't even get the smaller sizes, which are the ones that typically break.
Correct.
Next, someone says, I'm hoping for tool giveaways. All of our giveaways, we do entries on Instagram.
Yes.
So if you want to enter into the giveaways that we do monthly and what we're going to have coming up for Christmas, follow us on Instagram.
It would behoove you. That right? Behoove? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I think last one. You showed Clay a big pair of pliers for taking oil filters off, and I was wondering if you guys could design a telescoping handle on it so you could get a better leverage on those tight-fitting filters that do not want to come off.
So the answer is yes, we could. The answer is no, we won't. It is not because we don't want to and we don't like you. It's because the tooling has already been done and paid for, and that would require a whole new set of tooling, and it was expensive.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense for us to do it. But that's not to say that some of you might find an alternative method to lengthen that handle, and you're probably going to do it anyways. I don't recommend you do. Not to say you won't.
We could make like an extender attachment that like clips onto the handles to make it longer.
Does that really seem like the best use of our time?
We're going to think about it. And all right, I actually want to include one more here. And this guy says, do you sell just the bit sockets from the FRB S89? Because those bit sockets are...
the sockets.
Yeah, the male hex drive sockets. We sell them individually, but we don't sell them in a set yet. We're going to have them in a set.
We're working on something. The issue, again, is the tooling for it. We're in the process of considering paying for tooling because to make a wider range of those sockets. Right now, that's all that's available. So if we wanted to go bigger with it, we'd have to pay for new tooling for all the sets, and that can get expensive for a relatively inexpensive set.
Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that in there because I know that those sockets are popular, and we've had that question a bunch of times. I don't think we've ever answered one like that. But that's it for questions, and now we're moving on to the main event, which is Ratchet Tuesday. We have pretty much all of our ratchets here, excluding some of the ones that we will have soon and aren't here yet. But we're going big to small, big to tiny.
All the way across the board.
Really big to really tiny.
Boom.
Because we have that range. So, first we're going to start with the HBR34K. And that is a 3/4 ratchet and breaker bar kit. And it's a ratchet and breaker bar kit because that head is removable and it comes with a 3/4 breaker bar attachment. This ratchet head is rated for 1,500 foot-pounds. It's rated for over that. Somewhere between 1,500 and 1,600. But it's rated for 1,500 foot-pounds. It has 48 teeth. And it is extendable all the way up to 42 inches. You have 4 positions that you can click into. And
You talking about removable head already?
yes.
Yes, you said that. You said 48 teeth already, right?
Yeah.
48 teeth, which means...
Look, the way this extends is by these buttons on the back. There's no collar here. A lot of times the ones that have collars have problems because that collar will freeze. And the internal shaft, if it bends at all, that collar gets frozen, and then you have to warranty out the whole thing. This has a flat side to the neck. This has a flat side to the neck here with a little plate that just keeps it from spinning freely. And it will not freeze on you. And if for some reason, if it ever does, you just loosen these 2 screws here.
And it frees it right up.
And it frees it right up, and you can tighten them back down. And we posted this on our social media on Instagram, and I did this thing where I was bouncing up and down on it, trying to bend the handle, see if I can get the handle to bend and stay bent.
I mean, he was bouncing up and down on that pole.
I did, and I cut out a few pieces to make it a little more.
You guys heard it.
OSHA friendly. But somebody commented and said that handle flex though. Which, I mean, of course, if this is fully extended, of course it's going to flex if I'm bouncing up and down on it. If I
the
close
key
this,
is that it bounces back in the same exact shape that it wasn't originally. So it'll flex, not bend.
if this is fully closed, you're not going to bend it, even if you're bouncing up and down. But to that fact, you would rather it bend than snap. The internal shaft flex than snap. The internal shaft of this ratchet is made from chrome moly, so it's a little bit more flexible of a material because we want it to be able to flex and then go back to its original shape.
It's also the reason that ratchet specifically is not satin chromed like the rest of our line, because the satin looks different on different materials, so it was not the prettiest if we did it all satin.
That's right. So that's the ratchet and breaker bar kit. That's 3/4. We have the little brother, which is the TRK 100, which is the 1/2 inch version, is also a ratchet and breaker bar kit.
It looks so small
compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a flex head ratchet, and the
90 tooth.
Yep. And it's quick release. This one has a pull tab on the bottom that you just pull this out.
Oh. Knew it. As soon as you did, I saw it happening.
I knew that. I knew it was gonna happen too.
Yeah, you still did it.
So when you pull that out, this little guy is in there.
Look at this table. What do you guys think of this table?
Can you?
Sorry.
And you use that to just push the head right off, and you can switch it.
So in seconds, you go from breaker bar to a ratchet and vice versa. Also, the reason I told you to get on that side of the table is to avoid what just happened.
And it still happened. This is extendable up to 29 inches. You have 3 positions on this one. And it is the same style with the flat neck and this little plate that keeps it from spinning. We have multiple other attachments for this. We have the flex head ratchet, we have the breaker bar, we have the spring-loaded crowfoot wrench, and a wrench extender. A wrench extender that'll do up to 32 millimeter wrenches. But we have another wrench extender that is coming that will do 42. 42 or 44?
What?
The larger wrench extender attachment for this.
It'll go up to 42.
Yeah, 42 millimeter wrenches, because that was something that people were asking for. They were asking for a larger wrench extender head so they can do larger wrenches. And we are going to do a really big one for the HDR34K that can do 55 millimeter wrenches.
That's a big boy. And again, like we've said multiple times, we don't make wrenches that big, so it's not to a disadvantage on our end.
You will not see a brand that has large wrenches like that
make that
or
push
tool,
that for the most part,
because it'll really just be to break their own wrenches. But we don't have wrenches that big, so you can't break our wrenches.
It's also a nice concealed weapon. Look at that thing. I mean, you could someone up with that.
But to both of these, all the attachments that you have, you can take 5 tools with the space that just one tool takes up.
And the cost that, maybe 2 of them would take up as opposed to 5.
Yeah. So that's the TRK 100 and the HDR34K.
Those are our extendable telescoping handle ratchet breaker bar sets that we got.
Yes. And now we're going on to heavy duty ratchets.
Long heavy duty.
We've had these for about a year now.
Yes, sir.
This is the HDR18. This is an 18-inch long, 1/2 inch drive, 90 tooth ratchet with comfort grip, slim head, and it's rated for 700 foot-pounds. It's actually closer to 750.
But we're saying 700 plus.
We tend to round down on the safer side. But we have really tried to break this thing on camera. We've done it with our 1/4 inch, and we haven't been able to break this one. Because
not to say that it won't. It's not to say that it won't. Let's make that very clear. It's just that we haven't. We've broken multiple adapters, and we're too cheap to buy what you need. That's what
we broke the adapters that we were using to try and break the ratchet itself, but we broke the adapters. And we will get better ones so that we can break it. We just have to go above 700 foot-pounds, is all. Moving on to the 3/8 version of our heavy-duty ratchets, which is 14 inches long, comfort grip, 90 teeth, slim head, rated for 350 foot-pounds. And then there's the 1/4 inch. This is a 10-inch ratchet with all the same features as the other two. come for grips, hadn't finished, thin head. This has 90 teeth and is rated for 100 foot-pounds.
And we broke that bad boy on camera.
We have broken this one on camera. You can find that video on our Instagram page.
Broke it, rebuilt it, broke it again.
Broke it, rebuilt it, and then it actually went for a couple foot-pounds more after we repaired it. Let's switch off here.
Okay.
Okay. Onward to HBR12. We've had this for a very long time.
Yes.
And where's the 1/4-inch insert? It comes with a 1/4-inch insert, which for some reason is missing, which is probably a common problem that people have.
Missing it or coming missing?
Like,
misplacing it themselves. Yeah, that's probably a big issue. That's why there is a part number for it.
There is a part number for it, yes.
I think it's ADT-1?
ADT-14.
Something like that.
So this is a 12-inch long, one side is locking flex head, the other side is fixed. One of these sides will come with a 1/4-inch insert so you can use it with 1/4-inch sockets. The other side is a magnetic bit driver, or magnetic 1/4-inch hex for bits. They have finger wheels on either side. And this has always been popular for as long as we've had it.
It's a 1/4-inch, 12-inch stick. It's pretty popular.
12-inch stick.
And it looks like other ones out there. It is not. It is different. It is not made in the same place. It is just a similar design.
Yes. This is not, though. And this was kind of like the Gen 2 of that, I believe. Because we've had that for a while. This came, yeah.
Iron Man gang.
Okay. So, Mark II.
What a superhero, man. Iron Man. I'm kidding. Okay, keep on.
This is the HBR1046. So it is a 10-inch long, double locking flex head, 1/4-inch square drive on one side, 3/8 square drive on the other. But the trick to this is that both of these square drives are removable, as with all of our miniature ratchets. So now you have a 1/4-inch bit driver on this side, and then here, when you remove this, is now a 10mm ratcheting wrench. So this is a 10mm by 3/8. So you either have a thin head 10mm ratcheting wrench or a really thin head 3/8 ratchet.
Correct.
With a finger wheel on this side, finger wheel on that side. As I said, they're both locking flex head. That's the HBR1046.
Honestly, it's having a 3/8 removable square drive into a 10mm is an amazing feature and should be respected as such. Much like a team that goes 13-0 and gets snubbed from the college football playoffs. Now I know it's going to string touch a lot of chords on you people. So I want you guys to let me know what you think. Obviously, I was kidding. I don't really care as much about them getting snubbed because I'm not a big FSU guy. But I want to know what you guys think about the whole internal situation going on with the college football playoffs right now. Because it's a hot topic, and I know every mechanic that 99% of the mechanics that we have talked to at shows, in person, etc., big college football guys. So I want to know what you guys think about the scenario that is going down in college football right now. But that's my spiel. Anyways, on to the rest of the tools. HBR8. This is our Hex Bit Ratchet line. He took 2 of them from me, but that's fine. We have our 8-inch right here. It's pretty simple. 5/16 removable square drive for a 1/4-inch socket. 1/4-inch bit driver can also, no, it can't be used with that. But you don't need it because it's already 1/4-inch. So 1/4-inch sockets, 5/16 bits, or 1/4-inch bits. All in the same ratchet. 8 inches long, super slim.
Super slim.
Boom. Next, we have a new version of the HBR8. It's the HBR810. And now what is different about this one? Well, as you can assume by the part number, you're still going to have the 1/4-inch. This one's going to come with a 1/4-inch square drive removable from the 1/4-inch bit holder. But the other side, much like the 1046, is going to be a 3/8 removable 10mm. So we took the idea that we had with the 1046 and we're trying it out with a non-flex version in 8 inches to see if this is something that you guys find useful. Is this something that you want? Is it something that you don't care about? Let me know. Because I think it's pretty freaking cool. And we're considering bringing in, we're planning on bringing in the 5-inch version of it, but we're going to start with the 8 to see if it makes sense and if people actually want something like that. But that's that one. HBR810 coming very soon. Next, we have the RFB400K that we've shown multiple times. Right, Nathan? Yep. Those three pieces is what's going to come with that kit, RFB400K. The extension, the square drive. You're going to have a 1/4 inch bit driver, ratcheting, flex head, locking. You can put bits on the bottom. You can also put the extension handle itself in the bottom. So now you have a longer little bit ratchet. You can use the extension in the head like a normal extension. You can line it up and pass it through as if you need to use a T-handle for the bottom to do the bit insert. You can also put the little square drive in there. So it's super versatile. You can use it for sockets, bits, combination of both, T-handle, regular, offset, whatever the heck you want. But it's very versatile and useful, and we have them available. So RFB400K is that part number. Next in line, we have the HBR5. This one is probably our most popular by volume, but I believe that is mostly because it's the ratchet that comes in our VHT77. So people see it the most, because we sell a ton of those VHT77s, and people see the little, ratchet that's in it, and they're like, oh, that thing is awesome. So-and-so could use one, so-and-so could use one, and so-and-so end up buying them. So that's why we sell so many of these. But again, it's a 5/16 by 1/4, pretty simple. That's why it works with the VHT77s. It's both of those sizes are in that set. Removable 1/4 inch or 5/16, and then you have the 1/4 inch bit driver on the other end. And now all of these have retention rings in them to actually keep the bits in place. Now it's not a crazy, feature of them, but I thought it was worth mentioning.
It's nice to know. It's not just something that you have to hold the bit in.
So it has a retention ring in them. All of our HBRs do. This is the HBR4, one-sided 1/4 inch bit driver, has an actual handle on there if that is something that you prefer instead of just a sleek little thing. And some people have just really big hands, and the sleek little tiny one, they think this is too small, so you need a little bit more something to grab onto. 1/4 inch HBR4.
How long have we had that?
Well, it's blue, so if that doesn't tell you anything.
15 years?
Yeah, something like that. On to the next one, the HBR3. This guy is super tiny. This is 3 inches, obviously, that's what we gave it. 1/4 fixed by 1/4 ratcheting, removable square drive on one end, and now the other side is fixed, as we said, but it also has those retention rings in there so that you can break stuff loose if you need to with a super small ratchet or a super small bit driver. Now, did I just do something? Did I just do something crazy? No, it's not gonna work. I'm really hoping that would work. By theory, it should work. It should. But I don't know.
Bam. Good luck getting that out.
But I'm gonna have some trouble getting this out. But you want the thinnest, super mini breaker bar?
The thinnest head breaker bar you ever seen?
Look at that jive. I mean, if you could torque this enough to break something on this, that'd be kind of crazy. Because there's nothing to grab onto there.
Well, we have that one that's like bent 90 degrees.
Sounds really easy. Oh, we do have one of those. Someone put up, believe it or not, someone managed to put a pipe on this because that is what they think they needed. Instead of, just doing that. But whatever. They put a pipe on it and they're like, I need it warranted. It was literally a smiley face of a wrench. It was...
Yeah.
But it didn't break. The ratcheting mechanism still worked.
Yeah.
That's why we kept it.
The handle bent sideways.
It was a piece of
art. The ratcheting mechanism broke.
Now in our showroom. Come check it out. Anyways, new to the line, coming very soon, is going to be our series of mini indexing ratchets. You have our 1/4 inch version here, right? 1/4 quick release, but the far more popular one I foresee happening is the 3/8 version of it. Same size head, just 3/8. I can't tell if you can see that well. But boom. 3/8 or 1/4. Give them both. Indexing. Quick release. People asked for them, so we brought them in because apparently they were a couple other companies who make similar ones and they were out of stock for a while. So we are bringing them in at the request of you, the people. Anyways, on to the next. We have our DD3, which is this guy right here. Super stubby micro ratchet, and at its simplest, form, you can use it as just that, a 3/8 super mini ratchet. Most of you probably won't do that. You can stick an extension in it, use it as an offset. Now, again, as you might already assume, the 3/8 pops out, and now you have a 10 mil. So you have all those uses, but in a 10 millimeter as well. So that might be a lot more popular than most would think, because you can stick an extension on that, and then you have a 10 mil that's offset right on hand. Pretty useful. Now, the little brother of that is the DD2, which is the same concept, but in 1/4 inch. You have the removable square drive for a 1/4 inch bit driver, babushka. You can use them for the same thing. These are one of those things where a lot of people have actually told us this. This is not me saying it, but it's not something you think you need, and you don't even know if you're ever going to use it, but you buy it, and then when you do use it, it's a lifesaver. Because there are other options, but this is definitely the quickest way to get a little offset angle. It's
for that time where you're like, why would they put this bolt there? And then you're like, oh wait, okay, I can use that, and then it helps, and it works.
So whenever you're hating an engineer, that's why we're here.
Rhymes?
Anyways, now to the smallest, most tiny ratchet that we have in our entire line.
I feel like in order to show that, we have to just leave the head of that one right there.
NR400. Super tiny, we have shown it before, but super tiny bit ratchet, 1/4 inch square drive, removable. Can't even get my finger in there to get that. Oh, there we go, removable. So now you have thumb wheel, super tiny, magnetic on the bottom so that you can stick a bit or this guy itself in there, because it comes with an extension as well. It'll come with the same extension so that you can use it again to get anything that's offset. You can use it as an L key, or like I said, if you need a little bit more reach, you always have that option as well. So a lot of our stuff is just like this, where there's multiple uses to it, and it's more than what just meets the eye. That's why a lot of people do like our stuff, because they use it for multiple things. That being said, I think that is our spiel on ratchets today, and we tried to keep it short, but that didn't work. So
we went from big to small.
We did a lot of products today, though. It was a lot of items. I think it was a good array of most of our ratchets, because it's not all of them, but it's most of them.
And yes, that is it. So we're going to be doing a 12 Days of Christmas sale.
So the next Tool Tuesday is when you really want to be following our Instagram and keep up with what's going on, because that's when we'll be announcing what we haven't planned yet.
We will have all the information for what the 12 Days of Christmas entails next week for you. We'll probably post it sooner on Instagram, so if you make sure you follow us there so that you probably will know about it before that next video even comes out, before Tool Tuesday.
Yes.
But other than that, it was good seeing you guys.
Well, that's all, folks.
And we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.